My book, Losing 140 Pounds the Hard Way, my first year after gastric bypass surgery, is available on Amazon. It's only $2.99 on Kindle and $12.99 paperback. It's documenting my first year after the gastric bypass. It was a rough year. I did have a severe binge eating disorder, and I had weight loss surgery to help me to stop that behavior. Also, I was significantly overweight in a way that I was physically uncomfortable with. I had type 2 diabetes that was rather severe, osteoarthritis that required both my knees to be replaced. And I chose to have weight loss surgery to help me lose weight. I was told it is a tool to help you change your habits. I was told that you would achieve satiety. I would achieve satiety. Doesn't that sound nice? I will achieve satiety. In other words, you'll be satisfied. You'll feel fuller, faster. It's not fuller that I feel. It's not full. It's not, when you eat a meal, I look at what people eat. They'll eat a sandwich with some chips and a little bit of soup. That's a normal lunch. I don't know. People eat a serving of food, a bowl of cereal, glass of orange juice, a couple of eggs, meat on the side. I watch thin people, then heavy people, and people of all sizes eat meals, similar meals, and each having different metabolisms and different genetic makeups will result in different body results, physical results. I eat very little at a sitting. I don't eat meals anymore, and if I do, I am in such severe pain. I simply cannot eat a meal. I can nibble. I can have maybe child-sized portions of things, and not even. So see, like what comes in a Happy Meal, for instance. It's an all-American child's portion. So it comes a little burger, a little cheeseburger, and a little tiny bit of fries, and a little tiny drink. If I ate all that food, I'd be wanting to throw up. Yeah, it's bad. Now, when I first had the gastric bypass, I was able to eat meals, normal size meals that average people eat on an average basis. And I would get a little bit of, discomfort from it, but not much. So I was very pleased. I was very pleased to finally be normal, and to have it be physically impossible, or so I thought, to have a binge eating disorder. Yeah, here's what happens. If you have a binge eating disorder, and those are very serious, even though you will not receive much sympathy from the public because you'll be labeled a gorger or a glutton, or, if you're anorexic, it's, oh, poor thing, she's starving to death. If you're a binge eater, you'll probably be, just stuff yourself. You're just out of control. If you understand eating disorders and the suffering of the person who has an eating disorder, you won't say those things. But if you've ever experienced binge eating disorder, then you understand what I'm saying to you. A binge eater, somebody who's really just punishing themselves with too much food, trying to go numb by eating too much food. You can still do that even with a surgically altered digestive tract. You can inflict pain and suffering on yourself with a smaller amount of food. You have not fixed the psychological issues that lead you to having an eating disorder. So I'll warn you of that ahead of time. I'll also warn you that although people will say, well, over time you're going to stretch your pouch and you'll be able to eat more and you'll regain. Yeah, that might be true for some. It was true for me in the beginning. Had the gastric bypass, lost 140 pounds. The pouch did indeed stretch. I was able to eat more food. I regained about 80 pounds. Then got nutritional counseling and psychological counseling. Relost the regained weight, right? So I'm the smallest I've ever, smallest I've been in a while right now. Isn't that what we want? To be slender and lovable and acceptable? At least that's what we think, right? Change your body, change our lives. Yeah. Read my book, Losing 140 Pounds the Hard Way, by Professor Lisa Sargese. I can eat less now than immediately after the gastric bypass. I don't know what's going on inside me. I had an upper endoscopy. Not an upper endoscopy. No, they didn't put a camera down. What I have? The upper GI series, where you swallow the barium. Nothing looks too terribly amiss. I complained to my surgeon that I was in a lot of pain and I wanted to reverse the bypass, and he convinced me it was a dangerous surgery. I get it. I'm not going to put myself through this risky surgery just to eliminate pain and heartburn. No, it's not GERD. It's just severe esophageal inflammation. I'll just eat like a little bunny rabbit. The problem with eating like a little bunny rabbit is if you do it for too long, your metabolism it craps the bed. I'm cold, I'm tired, I have to nap. It is terrible to be so cold and so tired as a result of not being able to eat the heat-producing foods that somebody with a healthier digestive tract would be able to. So, in some senses, I got what I wanted with the weight loss surgery. I lost weight. Then I regained it. Then I re-lost it. And now, instead of achieving satiety, I just achieve pain and suffering every time I eat, pretty much. Unless, I eat just a yogurt that doesn't cause too much pain and suffering. But, eating small portions of soft foods, it's not really enough for a body to function on. It's a psychological issue that I sought to alleviate with a physical intervention, weight loss surgery. I have regrets, but I also, I've nearly reversed the diabetes. I'm still significantly overweight, but I'm almost completely cured of the type 2 diabetes. Are you guaranteed to get diabetes if you're overweight? No, there's statistics. Look up the statistics. In my case, it was the case. I did. Does every heavyset person have osteoarthritis? No. For me, that was indeed the case, and I had to get 2 total knee replacements. Do I experience medical bias in my treatment? Well, yeah, even the acupuncturists are surprised when I don't have high blood pressure. It's like, really? You just assume that I have high blood pressure because I'm heavy set and I'm over 50? Ay vey gewitz. Haven't we learned to take people on an individual basis? So, no, I don't have high blood pressure. It's actually low. And if I don't have enough salt, it's another reason I'm fainting away. What's important is that I'm telling my story. It's an experience. It's, when people are trying to figure out what they want to do, they should hear as many stories as possible. Is mine a typical case? I don't know, because I don't have a sampling of 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 recipients of weight loss surgery. Telling the truth, I don't know if I'm typical. What happens when you look to this? Of course, the surgeons are going to tell you, oh, great success. And the only post-op research that's going to be funded are going to be people with a stake in it continuing. It's going to be people with a stake in, who stand to benefit by the weight loss industry. So we don't have good statistics. So people like me, or anyone who has an experience should tell their story. It's America. Get on YouTube, tell your story. I have a book. It's a good read, whether you're on the side of weight loss surgery or not, whether you're fat acceptance or Fitspo, whatever you are, you're going to find something great in my book. Riveting, emotionally impactful. Losing 140 pounds the hard way, by Lisa Sargese, Sargese. Go on Amazon and get it. I have to pay my student loans. And it's also, it's a good read, and it's informative, and it's a point of view. Thanks for listening.